My client wants to make a statement to the court, Your Honor.
Stay there. Sworn in, please.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony presented will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir, please have a seat. Once you're situated, sir, if you'll please state your full name for the record and spell your last name. George.
Michael Zimmerman, Zimmerman.
I do think an inquiry is probably appropriate by the court just to clear up the issue that he is a criminal defendant facing a second-degree murder charge, Your Honor, and that anything he says, I want to make sure that he's aware of it, and so we're clear. I've discussed that with him.
George Michael Zimmerman.
And you had advised me that you wanted to make a short statement, is that correct? Correct.
I wanted to say I am sorry for the loss of your son. I did not know how old he was. I thought he was a little bit younger than I am, and I did not know if he was armed or not.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
And I'm sorry, sir, you're not really addressing that to the court. You're doing it here to the victim's family. Is that correct?
They are here in the court, yes.
I understand, but I thought you were going to address Your Honor, Judge Lester, not. So that's really addressed to the family and where the media happens to be, correct, Mr. Zimmerman?
No, to the mother and the father.
Okay. And tell me, after you committed this crime and you spoke to the police, did you ever make that statement to the police, sir? That you were sorry for what you've done or they're lost?
No, sir.
You never stated that, did you?
I don't remember what I said. I believe I did say that.
You told that to the police?
In one of the statements, I said that I felt sorry for the family.
You did?
Yes, sir.
So that would be recorded because all those conversations were recorded, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're sure you said that?
I'm fairly certain.
Okay. And so which officer did you tell that to? I think you gave 5 statements, I believe, total.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. All the names blend together.
Okay. And do you remember if it was a male or a female?
There were both males and females.
At the time you made that statement that you were sorry?
Yes, sir.
And let me make sure the record's clear. You stated exactly what to those detectives?
I don't remember exactly what, verbatim.
Okay. But you're saying you expressed that concern for the loss of Mr. Martin, or that you had shot Mr. Martin, that you actually felt sorry for him?
I felt sorry that they lost their child, yes.
And so you told detectives that you wanted them to convey that to the parents?
I don't know if they were detectives or not.
Officers, I apologize.
I didn't know if they were going to convey it or not. I just made the statement.
Okay. And then you said that you called them up or you left a message for them to tell them that?
No, sir.
Why did you wait 50-something days to tell them, that is the parents?
I don't understand the question, I'm sorry.
Why did you wait so long to tell Mr. Martin and the victim's mother, the father and mother, why did you wait so long to tell them?
I was told not to communicate with them.
Okay. So even through your attorney, you didn't ask to do it right away? Your former attorneys or anything?
I did ask them to express that to them, and they said that they were going to.
But before you committed this crime on February 26th, you were arrested, or I'm sorry, not arrested, you were questioned that day, right? February 26th.
That evening into the 27th.
And in the following morning, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in the following evening too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you be fair to say you were questioned about 4 or 5 times?
I remember giving 3 statements, yes, sir.
And isn't it true that in some of those statements, when you were confronted about your inconsistencies, you started saying, I don't remember?
Outside the scope of direct examination, I would object, Your Honor.
We'll give them a little bit of leeway, not a whole lot, but a little bit here, okay?
Isn't it true that when you were questioned and you were questioned about the contradictions in your statements, that the police didn't believe it, you would say, I don't remember?
I'm going to grant his motion at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Would you agree that you changed your story as it went along?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Now, sir, you had a phone when at some point, and you agreed to turn over that phone to the police so they could make a copy of what was in there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in that phone, did you receive or send text messages, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you ever make any reference to a reverend?
Object, Your Honor, outside the scope of direct.
Sustained.
Did you ever make any reference to Mr. Martin, the father of Mr.
Sustained.
of the victim?
I'm getting a little bit far away.
I apologize, Your Honor. My question is, he was asked in terms of apology to the family, and I'd like to be able to address that if I could.
I think you can classify it as whether or not he asked the apology. I don't want to get into other areas perhaps.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
My question is, Mr. Zimmerman, do you recall sending a message or to someone, an email about referring to the victim's father?
No, sir, I don't.
And just to anticipate, I guess, is the court ruling that I can't ask him about his statements he made to the police in terms of his limited testimony. I just want to, before I get that, I don't want to be trying to ask the question, objections being made.
We're all experienced. You've already anticipated, and you anticipate my ruling too.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Take a witness.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Want to step down?
No further presentation.
State anything further?
No, sir, not witnesses.
Argument?
Yes, Your Honor. Though there is a presumption against bond initially with a felony like this, in order to maintain that, the state would have to convince you to a standard that I don't think they attempted to reach today, that being what we know commonly as the Arthur standard. I think then he is entitled to a bond.